The inventors of Play to Earn are back. Guys, they are back, and they are working since 2014 on developing a super innovative, fully decentralized gaming platform that not only creates new fully on-chain games that are extremely advanced, that you don't even think about how advanced they are, and I'll show you, but they also are developing, actually they have developed a software development kit SDK to allow other creators to develop easily, open source, for free, fully on-chain crypto games. This is big. Fully decentralized games. Guys, it's gonna be wild. You don't believe me? Well, you can believe this guy, Nico Ferrique. He says previous crypto gaming bull run, Ponzi's. Next crypto gaming bull run, on-chain games. Nico is on-chain game witchcraft at Bitcraft Ventures. He's not someone that just wrote a tweet like that because you think it's like that. Here you go. These guys raised 75 million in token fund for blockchain game investment, but these guys, they're co-funding big players in the blockchain gaming world, such as, look at that, let me go down, Yield Guild and Immutable. And they don't stop here. They say that they look to invest in about 25 more companies with this fund by the end of 2022. So why does it refer to fully on-chain games, not only blockchain games in general, like the one that you're probably most familiar with, such as Axie Infinity or Krabada, for example? Why does it refer to fully on-chain? What are these fully on-chain, and why you have to understand the full potential of this? By the way, by fully decentralized games or fully on-chain games, we mean, here we go, all games, so games that where all game states and logic, not just the currencies and NFT, are stored on-chain forever, while the animation, the sound, the graphical user interface, etc. can stay off-chain. This is very important to understand, but I will go much more in detail right now. And these fully decentralized games, the most recent one that maybe you are aware of are Furballs, Ether Orcs, Realms, it's a good one, and the Citadel game. These are all fully on-chain. And even if you don't know or realize, I mean, what does this mean to you, the player? These fully on-chain games, why are they so important? Well, because if a game asset becomes extremely valuable, like for example your Krabada or your Axie becomes $10,000 worth, well, I think you're gonna have, or at least you're gonna want some assurances that no cheating, no server failures, no risk of useless censorship, for example, might occur to you, right? Because in standard blockchain games, which only implements NFTs and token, and that's the only decentralized part, while all the rest is fully off-chain, so centered and owned by a company, the developers of this game, well, developers can cheat, the game rules can change, and your game assets can drop in value like that because of a rule that changes, or supply of this very rare item skyrocket because of a change. Plus the servers can go down or got hacked, preventing people from playing, trading, or even losing the history of the game forever. Which means that if you did a transaction, a very important one, and something went wrong, actually not a transaction, but an action in the game, I don't know, you explored a very special place that grants you access to the next level, for example. If something goes wrong with the game, the servers burn down, the history of the game is lost, and nobody can attest that you actually did that move on that game. But what about your Star Atlas battleship? It's worth $10,000, and then for some reason there is a war in your country, and because of political interest, people from your country, included you, cannot play that game anymore. So you get censorship. Bye bye. You cannot access your game funds anymore. And this is easily done by centralized gaming, and not all blockchain games, at least the ones that are not fully decentralized, are safe from these risks. But luckily, and here it comes the core of this video, luckily there is one team, the inventors of Play to Earn, that have been working on these issues for the past 10 years. Yes, 10 years on this issue. And this is why in this video I want to introduce you to Xaya Tech. Xaya offers true serverless, highly complex blockchain gaming like you've never seen, and I'll show you. It's gonna be a long video, stick with it, but I'll show you everything. They also offer trustless, permissionless, scalable blockchain agnostic and open source gaming platform and games. It's crazy. And by the way, human mining. Human mining is something very cool that I will reserve for an upcoming video. So if you're interested in all of this, sign up. Not sign up. YouTube says subscribe and turn on the notification. So Xaya, these guys are real, pure OG Bitcoin maxis. They are fusing the advantages of Bitcoin proof of work system with decentralized gaming. Bitcoin, decentralized gaming, together they make Xaya. In this video, I will explain, I will show you and present the team, actually the core members of the team. I will present you briefly the technology that is behind Xaya. I will briefly touch on two games, the most anticipated ones that they are developing, and one is very close to release. I will show you the coin, the key coin of Xaya, and explain you how it went, the ICO price, the fluctuation, the story, whatever. And at the end, I'll also present you why I think why I am bullish on this team and bullish on what they are providing already to the blockchain market, to the blockchain section, gaming section actually. So this introduction was very long. In the next video, I suggest you to go through all of it step by step, because only going through every single step that I'll explain you will fully understand the potential of Xaya. So stick until the end and let's go. And here we go. Let's start with a very quick overview of the website of Xaya, but after this very quick overview, we'll go in detail on every section that I just presented in the introduction. This is how the new website presents itself. This is the beautiful logo of Xaya, and here is the hints of the two games that we're gonna talk about. Soccerverse here on the left, represented with this guy doing this very acrobatic stuff that I don't know how to translate in English, and then Torion. This is huge metaverse style, like EVE Online, space theme, massive multiplayer online game, fully decentralized on chain. This is nothing that you've ever seen before. The size of Belgium, just to introduce you like that. Then they offer true blockchain gaming, blockchain agnostic. It means that it can run on all the blockchains if you want. They allow you to develop on different blockchains. In fact, they are also developing, Soccerverse is working on Polygon. Complete software development kit, and it's fully open source, of course. Human mining, an emerging genre of gaming that was first introduced in HunterCoin. We're gonna see it. In this genre, blockchain are propagating and rewards are distributed on the basis of player success in online gaming competition. I'm not going into the detail, but human mining is basically means that by playing, you're mining the coin. It's crazy. It's beautiful. And then there are other things like game channels and atomic trading. Atomic trading is a technology that Xaya further developed and allows for transaction impossible to cheat. And game channel, infinite peer-to-peer networks reminiscent of a gamified Lightning network. With game channels, any number of players can participate in real-time trustless gameplay. This is very cool. And then other powerful features, highly scalable, no servers. We're gonna look at this. Complex dApps, easy development, safe trading with exactly atomic swaps, and nothing. And here they present the games. Isle of War is out of development for now. This was a tech demo. It's beautiful. Xaya ID also is their system to secure your ID, your name, your account forever in the Xaya blockchain, to store it. And yeah, that's pretty much it. And then yeah, there are other tabs, but we're gonna see it together afterward. Let's start with the team. Here we go. For the team, I use the website of Soccerverse because there are the pictures. It's more beautiful like that. Let's start with Andrew Colosimo. He's also known as Snailbrain. He has more than 20 years of developing experience and computer gaming. This guy is a real gamer from like the prehistory of games, guys. I'm not kidding. In an MAA that I attended, he explained how he realized the potential of gaming assets trading, or actually digital gaming assets in general, the potential that it had 10 years before Bitcoin. He basically already thought about play to earn 10 years before Bitcoin was invented. And in fact, he's also said that he started trading digital assets, gaming assets, in the year 2000. In the year 2000, I was 12 years old and I didn't even know how to read my watch. Probably, I don't remember. Andrew Colosimo has been instrumental in the development of Namecoin. Namecoin is the first altcoin ever, and Namecoin is history in the blockchain world. On Namecoin chain, it was minted the very first NFT ever. And if you don't believe me, look at that. Let me just Google. I already Googled it, but you can do it. Just Google first NFT ever. Quantum. On May the 3rd, 2014, digital artist Kevin McCoy minted the first known NFT Quantum on the Namecoin blockchain. You see? I'm not kidding. But apart from that, Andrew Colosimo was also the founder and creator of HunterCoin. HunterCoin is the very first play to earn ever, and I'm not kidding, not even this way, and I prove you. Here you go. This is an article by the Bitcoinist, a reputable source of information of everything that is blockchain. The article is called The History of Play to Earn Games, and here we go. Is it here? 2013. Where is it? Here we go. Launched by the Xaya team, HunterCoin was the very first blockchain game which allowed players to collect coins on a global map. Within the map, user could find resources, go head-to-head in players versus players, combat and dominate the map. Alright, February 2014, Andrew already developed the very first play-to-earn, fully decentralized. Actually, I'm not sure it was already fully decentralized, but it was definitely the first one. Okay, oh, by the way, in HunterCoin, at a certain time, players were able to earn $1 or $2 a minute. $1-2 a minute. It's crazy. But HunterCoin unfortunately then got botted. A lot of bots, a lot of AI characters invaded the world and colonized it basically. But hey, this was 10 years ago. What do you think that Andrew and the other teams did in this time? Xaya. Let's go on and talk about Daniel Kraft, CTO of Xaya. By the way, Andrew is a COO. Actually, Andrew of Xaya is the co-founder. Daniel Kraft has 15 years in development. He was with Andrew, the lead developer of HunterCoin, of course Xaya. Namecoin is a big man in Namecoin, and also Torion. He has a PhD in mathematics from the University of Graz. He worked for Google, and not only for Google, but he also helped the developing Mozilla. This is a big guy. And talking about blockchain, he's a pure rock star in blockchain development. He's number 42 in the list of the most active contributors to the Bitcoin Core code. Actually, let me show you. Here we go. This is the contributors graph of Bitcoin Core in GitHub, the official GitHub of Bitcoin. And let's look for Domob. Here we go. Number 42, you see? Domob. Who is Daniel Kraft? So who else can say that they have such a big rock star in their developing team? Not only games, but blockchain gaming platform. I think only Xaya. And then now, another very important one, Andrew Gore. Here it says CEO, but because he's CEO of Soccerverse. Soccerverse is a game of Xaya. And I'm using Soccerverse webpage only because there are the images. But Andrew Gore in Xaya is an advisor. I'm not sure he's also a co-founder, but he's definitely an advisor. And he has very, very, very deeply connected with Xaya. Andrew Gore is the former CEO of Soccer Manager Limited, which now rebranded into Invisible Studios. But it's Soccer. If you know Soccer Manager, he's the guy behind Soccer Manager. Soccer Manager had 50 million downloads. This guy has 20 years of experience in the video game industry, creating football games, including FIFA, Soccer Managers, and others. So how many people? This Andrew Gore is a real well-known and well-respected personality in the world of games in general. And then Ryan Smith is in charge of operation and is also a community manager. Is very active as a community manager. I think he's the lead community manager. He has 30 years in IT and gaming, and technical writer. He has community management. He has experience. He has already worked with Samsung, LG, NCSoft, etc., Hyundai, etc. He's another core component of the team. And yeah, so of course, other developers like Konstantin Gorskov, 10 years in video game development, his experience with Unity, Unreal Engine, Full Stack, HunterCoin, and Torion. So these guys, this is a gold team, in my opinion. Remember, these guys, they invented Play to Earn. They invented the first altcoin, which allowed the first NFT, and they've been working on fully on-chain games for the past 10 years. I don't know what else to say, that's why I move on. The tech. Okay, the tech is very technical. I will do an opposite video only on explaining how the technology works. In this section now, I will explain you the basics, the three components that allow Xaya to do what it does. and explain it in a very easy way. Okay, stay tuned and subscribe if you want to know more details, because I'm planning something very cool for you if you're interested. And smash that like. Come on, it doesn't cost anything. Anyway, let's go. Really, that how it works, Xaya can be summed up in this simple image. I'll put it here. Okay, this image, as you can see, it's composed on three main components: the game front end, the Xaya daemon, and the game state processor. Let's start with the Xaya daemon. The Xaya daemon is a sort of decentralized wallet where players' accounts, which are called the names in Xaya. So a Xaya name is basically an account, your profile, your name, the name of your account. So the Xaya daemon store these names in the Xaya blockchain forever. By the way, if you want to secure your name for Xaya blockchain and for Xaya games, I have two videos explaining you how to do that. I'll put the link somewhere up here or in the video description. Okay, check. Anyway, the names, the accounts, they can store anything. They can be anything. Can be an email. Can store your key balance, and the key is the coin of Xaya. We'll see the key later on in this video. Or more importantly, names store game moves. This is where the fully decentralization and the fully on-chain aspect becomes critical. Your profiles store every single move that you do in the game. For instance, I can create a name called Nix, log into Soccerverse and play. My Nix name holds my key balance and my game moves, and all the other in-game token balance. Only the person who owns the account can make changes to this account, which is, by the way, an NFT that can be traded on OpenSea. For example, of OpenSea, only the Polygon version of the names, and in the future also Xaya names can be traded. Anyway, because every game that you play with all this information will be stored into your profile, it becomes a wallet, a gaming wallet kind of. Very valuable if your in-game assets become valuable. And this is forever stored in Xaya blockchain, fully transparent, and every single move, the game history, your specific game history can be reconstructed backwards since the beginning of your game career, so that everything can be verified by everyone, just like a blockchain allows to do. And nobody can cheat. If you can verify everyone's steps step by step, cheating is possible. Okay, and this is what the Xaya daemon does. Stores the names, processes the information that comes from the game front end and the game state processor. Let's see the game state processor. The game state processor is where the game logic is defined. And what is the game logic? The game logic is simply the set of rules that allow a game to exist, an action to perform, or a strategy. A game exists because you have to do stuff that allow you to do other stuff, and this is the game logic. It's simple. But a game state processor also takes care of, actually holds, a core component of Xaya that is called libxaya game, which is a library that links the game logic and the Xaya daemon. So basically what it does is reads this libxaya game, reads everything that is happening on the blockchain in conjunction with the game logic. It calculates the states of the game, which could be, for example, the position of your players on a map, or how many gold pieces you have, or what armor you are wearing, or whatever is important in the game. And these two components, the game logic and the libxaya game components, they form this game state processor, which runs autonomously and processes new blocks every time as they come in real time. It is basically the translator that writes the game's history in the blockchain forever, including your name forever. And then there is the front end. The front end is very simple. The front end is what you see, is the graphical user interface where you interact with buttons. You click a point in a map and your character will move there. That map is in the front end. It's basically what you see. It's you know what a front end is, right? It's basically where the game is displayed. And the front end consumes game states. And all the blockchain goodness is invisible in the front end. Okay, this was a very broad overview of the three main components of Xaya, but I will do a much more in detail video, don't worry if you didn't understand everything. But let me throw you some extra information just for you to know a little bit better. There is a component of Xaya tech that is called Xaya X, and Xaya X is basically a translator that allows developers to use any blockchain, actually almost any blockchain, to run their games using Xaya. And this is good because, for example, Soccerverse, this beta stage, we will know later on the full release on which blockchain will run, but for now the next beta and last beta phase will run on Polygon. So Xaya blockchain will store all information and allow fully decentralized soccerverse game, but it will run on Polygon, which means that the game transactions speed will be 30 times faster, because a block time in Xaya is about 30 seconds, 30 seconds, while on Polygon is 1.3 seconds. And transaction costs are very cheap in both blockchains, both in Xaya and of course Polygon. And then of course we saw the game's channel technology. This is a very technical thing that I don't fully understand, so I don't want to talk about too much, but game channel technology allows the game moves to be as fast as your internet connection speed, and thus allows Xaya games to be real-time, trustless, and probably fair. That's big. That's very big, guys. So this was a little bit of an introduction, an overview on these three main components of Xaya, how it's composed. Stay tuned for a more advanced video that I will do later on, but in practicality, what does this all mean? Let's see. Here we go. For this, we can go to the Xaya blockchain, to the Xaya website, and go down to here, the powerful feature. I want to focus on some key ones. Look at this, no servers. No servers, it means that Xaya games can be serverless. If a blockchain game works without servers, of course the sound, the animations, the graphical user interface maybe can be on servers, on centralized servers, but the game logic and the ability for us to interact with the game and actually play the game, that should be on our hands, totally on our hands. And that can be done by running a full node of Xaya, which doesn't mean to buy expensive mining rigs or nothing weird. It just means to download a wallet, full node wallet, and then use that wallet to connect to the Xaya games, and then you're not a miner, you're not mining, but you are a full node gamer. Actually, you're a full node gamer, and having no servers will guarantee 24/7 uptime, no downtime, never, and also no single point of failure, like I was saying in the introduction. Every time that there is at least one person that is playing a Xaya game, that game evolves. If nobody is playing that game simply stalls. Not a big deal. Plus, no servers means no maintenance cost for these servers or backups, as the history of the games can be reconstructed back with the blockchain itself, because it's all written in the blockchain. And this is very powerful, especially if your assets are super valuable. Now, another one, real ownership. Players truly own their assets and are free to trade as they wish. This means that Xaya is also censorship resistant and permissionless. So what does this mean? This means that people cannot be banned on Xaya games. You cannot be censored from a Xaya game. And this is a bit controversial, of course, because some bad actors must be banned. And there are mechanisms in Xaya games that allow people to police themselves in the game. But you know, banning accounts has both positive and negative consequences. But of course, in my opinion, the positive ones outweigh the negative ones, because look at Bitcoin. At the beginning, everyone was saying Bitcoin is for drug dealers or for criminals, money laundering, and in part maybe it is, but for every one criminal use, there are other 100 or 1,000 or 10,000 usage that are revolutionizing the world, and this is the same concept applied to blockchain games. No third party can prevent you from playing your game forever. Xaya games are persistent, they will never stop. Some things bad happen sometimes. For example, look at what happened in 2019. California-based game company Blizzard bans pro esports player and confiscates his prize money after he voices support for Hong Kong protesters. You see, this is a pure political things that shouldn't be, in my opinion, linked to this poor gamer wealth. So the Blizzard ban through this player has had important, I guess, I didn't read it, but 12-month ban. You see here, it has also financial implication. And when you play at that level, you probably don't want to risk to be banned for your political belief or for any other reason. And this is why Xaya is revolutionizing, censorship resistant. And then another very important thing is easy development. Choose any language you wish, your game, your way. Xaya is primarily built for C++, but there are wrappers around the libxaya game on GitHub, which takes care of all the blockchain things, while game developers can focus on building games. And also, Xaya is blockchain agnostic, like we saw with Polygon, and open source. And this is very important, guys. Something that is persistent must be open source, especially if it's fully on chain and everything is always provable, verifiable and accessible, simply because people can build upon it. The source code of these games will be in open source, so that Soccerverse today is like that, but in a later stage, maybe some other gaming company builds an extension of Soccerverse and they want to communicate with the original Soccerverse in some sort. They can do it because the code is open source and game assets can be linked together, and the value of the Soccerverse gaming assets will never be lost. First, because Soccerverse will never stop, because it's impossible to stop, because that's just the nature of Xaya games. Second of all, because people can take the code of Soccerverse and create new games, so different games, and incorporate Soccerverse assets. This is beautiful. This is infinite gaming. And then another very, very, very important thing is that it's provably fair. This means that cheating is impossible because the game is fully transparent and verifiable every single time. Every single move can be verified by many players. This means that nobody can cheat. And cheating in multi-massive online games, especially when real money is involved, this is a big thing and can put you off. I bet it can put you off from actually playing a game at all if you know that somebody could cheat. Not did, could cheat. For example, there is a new global survey published by Airdato in May 2018. Okay, a little bit outdated, but anyway, it says that only 12% of online gamers have never had their experience negatively impacted by cheating, and some may be less likely to play due to unfair advantages. This means that 88% of gamers experienced some sort of cheating behavior, and some of them, they stop playing. This is on a survey of 9,436 consumers surveyed in 6 different countries: China, Germany, Japan, South Korea, UK and US. This can be eliminated if people know that cheating is not possible. Another revolutionizing point for Xaya. Actually, on-chain games. Alright, finally now we talk about a little bit of games. They have mainly, there are other titles in their portfolio. Some are tech demo, some others are still in development. I will make sure to present you every single game they have. Are you curious? You should be curious. Subscribe. Okay, let's go. Let's look at the website. And I'll leave Huntercoin for a video by itself. Let's start with Soccerverse. By the way, if you're interested in soccer manager and blockchain games, you should look at all my other videos, because for now I focus all my video on Soccerverse, on this game, so I know everything, and everything I know is in my other videos, so go browse the other videos. Anyway, just to be brief, because you can search a lot of information in my other videos, I'll just present what is presented here. So Soccerverse is a multiplayer community-driven football management simulator and trading game. Experience a thriving football economy that uses blockchain technology to give you true realism, asset ownership, real value and total control. Beta 4 coming soon. It is coming soon, guys, and by soon I mean by the end of this month. So in essence, let me show you the game very quickly, very super quickly, because I've showed this, I don't know, like 30 times in my previous videos. So I'll show you it very quickly just to teach you, to show you how it works. So this is the last beta, actually still beta 3. Beta 4 is about to come out, but this is the layout that it's gonna have, and is browser based. It means that it's mobile friendly, can go everywhere there is a browser. You can play Soccerverse. It works on Polygon for now. You had to have Chi in Polygon network, and basically when you sign in, for example, I can sign in using my name, Nix. This is my name, which is my account. Here we go. I logged in as Nick. You can play this game. This is a soccer management game. So you can play as a soccer manager and get paid a salary for managing your soccer team. You can play as a soccer player agent, which means that you are in charge of a soccer player transfer and the morale settings. And for that, you get paid a stipend. Plus, you can play as a shareholder, and you can simply buy shares of a club or shares of a players. Say you buy some shares of Cristiano Ronaldo or some shares of Barcelona, for example, and then you'll get a passive income, a dividend basically, of a certain amount depending on the value of the shares and the market. For instance, let's have a look at my manager profile, because I'm managing Getafe. As you can see, for example, let's have a look at the squad. Here you have all, now it's charging, and this is by the way, this is the front end, and as you can see, you can have, this is all the list of my players with the status, the average wage, how much they play, the value of my players, the age. Let's have a look at the tactic. This is my tactic of Getafe. You can change every time I change tactic. I'm interacting with the GSP. I use the front end to manage my tactic and change players. My action will be registered, processed by the GSP, and registered in a Xaya daemon. Xaya daemon manages my account. You see, Nix. So everything is managed by the three components that I showed you before. Anyway, this is the schedule, of course, the finances. Oh my god, let me see the last matches that I did. Drew, lose. Not very good. I'm not doing so well, but I can show you. What else can I show you? The league table. Let me see very quick. I'm playing in League 2B and Getafe number 13. Not too bad, not too good, but Getafe is not a super good team, so what can I do? Okay, that's Soccerverse, and then the other very big game that is coming after Soccerverse is Torion. Here you go. Torion is the #1 true blockchain massive multiplayer online game. I say massive. When I say massive, I mean that the metaverse in which Torion is based is as big as the Belgium, and this is the biggest metaverse game out there so far. It's built on Unreal Engine, powered by Xaya, of course. Player-driven economy, persistent universe. It will never stop. It's gonna be probably fair, like you said. And you know what? I'll leave you the link of the trailer so that you can watch the trailer. It's beautiful, the trailer. I don't wanna see it here. I don't wanna play it here. But basically, there's gonna be 3 different families that will compete for resources of Torion. Torion is a planet, and the lore is very well developed. There's already a very good story behind it. That while I will make a series of video about Torion with everything we know so far in the future. So if you're interested, keep an eye out for my videos by subscribing. And if you know about EVE Online, this is basically EVE Online but on the blockchain. It's gonna be massive, and the economy behind it is crazy. Let me see. This is one screenshot. As you can see, is very kind of Mad Max theme on the desert with the big dunes and these massive monoliths here with this weird resource stuff. We'll talk about more, but this is big. It's gonna be very big. And of course, Xaya is also partnered with Ubisoft, in case I missed to mention it. So this is gonna be very big. Okay, now we talk about the coin, because Xaya has a coin, of course. He has its own blockchain, and the blockchain transactions must be paid with something, and the coin is called Chi, CHI, and be careful because there are other CHI ticker in different blockchains, like the gas token, I think it's called, something like that. But the actual Xaya Chi coin is only one, and it's native to the Xaya blockchain. However, there are different wrapped version of Chi. Let me show you in the Xaya blockchain website. Here we go. If we go to information and then Chi coin, there you go. You can see that the Chi is the native cryptocurrency of Xaya blockchain. The total supply is 77.3 million Chi, with about 56, I think now it's 56 million in circulation. This is a little bit outdated. And of course, to extend the usability of Xaya and the Chi coin on other ecosystem and other blockchains, the Chi coin, you can find it wrapped in Polygon, Ethereum, Binance Smart Chain, and I think that's it. Maybe there is Arbitrum 1, but I'm not super sure. But if you want to know, here we go. Yes, they say there is Polygon, Binance, DAI, Arbitrum 1, and various testnet. If you want to know the exact token addresses of the wrapped versions of Chi, you can click here. You are redirected to the GitHub page where all the information and token addresses are here listed and available for you. So let's have a look at the coin information in CoinGecko. Here you go. This is Xaya Chi coin as of today with almost 7 cents of price. Today in a slight decline, you can see that the trading volume is very, very small. We're talking about a micro cap here. Look at the market cap. Here we go. Market cap of 4 million. It's tiny. Only 4 million, guys. And yes, circulating supply is 57 million actually. All-time high is of almost 80 cents, and I remember that was right when this happened. Facebook renames itself Meta, and this was in November the 10th 2021. Let's have a look at the Xaya price in November 2021. Here we go. That's exactly what happened. Oh, we went to market cap. Let's go back to price. November 2021. Here we go. It skyrocketed from a 30 cents price point up to 70 cents. And then, of course, started the slow decline, and with this crazy bearish market, started to lose all the pump that it had before, thanks to Meta, and slightly over time lost 90% from its peak, and today we're sitting at a price point of almost 7 cents, which is not financial advice, but it's very, very nice entry if you're considering Xaya. I'm not advising you to do it, but I am doing it. I'm getting more, especially because in the ICO of Keycoin back in 2018, one key was sold for around 10 cents. So today we are below the ICO price. But guys, we're talking about a 5 million market cap coin. This thing can jump dramatically very, very quickly. In fact, why don't we compare the Keycoin with the leading blockchain gaming coin out there? I'm not talking about metaverse, I'm talking about games, actual games. And as I will show you afterwards in the next section of this video, Alien Worlds, a game based on the Wax blockchain, is one of the most played games right now. First, let's have a look at how it performed the past year. As you can see, it's very similar. Okay, now here I'm in CoinMarketCap, but this is Xaya graph and this is Alien Worlds. It's very, very similar. And also Alien Worlds, let me see. Okay, Alien Worlds is down 99% from its all-time high, but I remember the launch of Alien Worlds TLM token in Binance, and it was a huge dump, and I was there. It's not really accurate, this metric, but I would say it is almost 90%, almost similar to Keycoin, but the behavior is the same. As you can see here, also in, what was that, November, also Alien Worlds skyrocketed from a price of 15 cents up to 35 cents, pretty similar to Xaya Keycoin, and then also slowly went down, just like Keycoin. What if the Keycoin will get to the market, to the current market cap of Alien Worlds? Let's see, what would be the key price? Here we go. If Xaya had the same market cap of TLM, Xaya price would be 1.26 euros. Let me show you in dollars. Same. Is it? Okay. Apparently USD is the same as euro. Okay. Anyway, you can see that. Okay, even if Xaya, maybe you say it will never arrive to TLM price, maybe even a half of it, is still a 9x from now. But you know, to be fair, the Keycoin is the coin of a blockchain gaming platform. It's not a single game. Something that we can compare Xaya with is the Wax token price, because Wax is the token, actually the coin of the Wax blockchain. And as you can see, it's still in euro. Put it in United dollars. Let's have a look at the last year performance of Wax. Still the same, metaverse pump and then huge losses. Let me see from all-time high, minus 97% from all-time high. Once again, the behavior is not different than Xaya at all. Actually, we can superimpose the two graphs. They are exactly the same. It's incredible. What if the Keycoin had the same market capitalization of Wax? Boom! Keycoin would cost $3.84, which is a 55x from now. And this is relative, you know. Wax is already becoming an established platform, is very known. Xaya still has to get known. Xaya is about to explode. Xaya is about to come out. There's a huge potential that nobody knows about, and it's probably one of the best entry point that I would advise to myself if I wanted to position myself in Xaya today. I'm already positioned, so I don't have to reposition myself. But guys, it's not financial advice. I just show you the evidence. You take your own decision and do your own research. Or subscribe to my channel and I help you with redirecting your research efforts. Do it now. Now, subscribe. And finally, after this I think is gonna be the longest video ever for me. Maybe not ever, but definitely for you. Congratulations if you made it this far. But I finally showed you every little pieces that make up the Xaya potential. We talked about everything. The team, the tech overview, the advantages that Xaya has and provide to the games, the blockchain games. I briefly touched on the games that they are developing and on the coin itself. But now, to wrap it up, I wanted to tell you why I'm so bullish on Xaya long term. And I really have only one motivation, and that's because I think that the blockchain gaming sector is the strongest sector in blockchain economy right now. And it's not only me that I'm telling you, I'll show you. Let's have a look here. Here you go. This is the report from DappRadar with BGA. BGA is the Blockchain Game Alliance, a very reputable association that presents and publish a lot of information about the upcoming and everything related to blockchain game. I really strongly encourage you to follow them. I'll leave you a link down below in the description. Anyway, this report states that of course the crypto market is undergoing one of its most challenging periods among the latest industry turmoil and an unfavorable macroeconomic situation. Of course, we know this. Despite of this, game dApps, so decentralized applications, gaming decentralized applications, registered an all-time high in activity with over 1.23 million daily unique addresses that interacting with the blockchain on average during April of this year, 2022. This is big, guys. Everything is collapsing. Blockchain, crypto tokens go to zero. There's a war, but gamers are gaming. Sorry, gamers are playing games. And they're doing it on the blockchain. And they're doing it at an increasing rate. Despite everything, gamers are interested in blockchain gaming. In fact, the metric shows a 1% growth from the previous month, despite of course the crypto market, etc., and an impressive 4,000% expansion since April of 2021. Of last year. Guys, I don't know if you realize, last year we were very bullish. This year it's pretty super bearish. Despite of this, there's been a 4,000% increase in blockchain gamers. And this is the most bullish sign that should make you think about the future of blockchain gaming sector and in general. The report goes on and says Splinterland, Alien Worlds and Farmer Worlds are the most popular games, and investments. This is another very important factor that makes me so bullish about this sector and Xaya. The investments keep piling up as the space has raised more than 4.5 billion this year, and by this year means May. This was published in May, surpassing the amount of capital raised in 2021. Guys, we already surpasses the investment capital of whole last year. We surpassed it in May. Despite the crypto crash, more gamers are playing games, more money is flowing into blockchain gaming. What else can I say? And an interesting stuff, that's why I brought to your attention TLM token of Alien Worlds and WOX in general, because this report says that WOX drives 30% of blockchain game activity. That's why I wanted to make sure to compare the token behavior of the best performing blockchain platform for now with an undercover, under the radar, not very known, super skillful, not even a company, but Xaya is doing. With no marketing, no huge fund, massive partnerships with Soccer Manager, Polygon, Ubisoft. Nobody knows about this, but that's also why I'm super bullish on Xaya. And yes, that's pretty much is why I really believe that Xaya is going to revolutionize, to be the game changer in this already exploding sector. This is exactly why I think not only blockchain gaming sector in general is a not safe but pretty comfortable bet on the future, but if more people flows into the system, if more funds flow into the system, assets will become more valuable over time. And I bet that you want to sleep well. When you go to sleep and you know that in your mobile phone you're playing a game and your 3 or 4 little X's they're worth $40,000. I bet you want to be sure that no developers can cheat, that the game will be playable forever, that will never stop, that there are no server downtime while you're transacting, and that you will never be banned. Even if you wake up the next morning and there is a war and for political reason you cannot access the game anymore, I think that's not good. That's not what you want. That's why we need fully on-chain games. That's why we need people like Xaya, veterans in this field, that build games to show the power of this technology, but also they allow developers to develop their own with their Xaya standard development kit, software development kit. That's it, guys. I'm better closing it here because it's very long, but I hope to have informed you a little bit on all the little aspects of Xaya. Follow me on YouTube, subscribe, turn off the notification because I take this very seriously. Check Xaya Discord and see you next time, big bosses. Ciao.